Hi, my name is Ernest, and in this video I'm going to explain how to use the advanced title and content fields like a pro in Ajax Search Pro. So the advanced title and content fields are used to modify the default text output of the search results, such as the title and the content. It is a really great way to add custom field contents, categories, tags, and other more complex stuff to the search results. Let's go to the Advanced Options Content and Fields panel. And as you can see, we have this visual editor here, which lets me add various HTML tags as well as fields via the insert field option. I have a product search bar right here. And let's say I want to add a list of categories after the product description. How would I do that? So let's use the advanced description field. This is the second one. And let's make a new line, add the paragraph. And into that paragraph, let's click insert field. Select categories or other taxonomy terms, and let's search for product, where is it? Product categories. There you go. As you can see, there's many different options here. You can read them. They're quite intuitive. The only thing I'm going to change here is the term color, so it like stands out a little bit. There you go. And save and insert. And if everything goes well, if I do a new search, there you go. Now we have categories listed right under each and every single item. If I want, I can even add text before and after the tag. So let's do categories and that. And let's make, I think I'm going to add the line break here to make an extra empty line. No, it's not really budging. How about another one? See, there's a little bit of space, although this is not the best way to do it, but yeah, it works. So next up, what if I searched beanie? Here I have a problem that here is an uncategorized category, and probably I don't want to show that. Well, I could just, change this and say that I want to exclude the uncategorized terms. So if I search beanie, then this beanie says categories and there's nothing after it. So this is not really nice, so we probably want to avoid that. And for that, there's a feature here, this. Okay, let me just move this a little bit so we can read it. Conditional shortcode escape tag. Conditional, if the field values wrapped in this tag are empty, it returns an empty string. So this can be used as a conditional or a shortcode escape tag. What does conditional mean? So if the product category turns out to be empty, anything within is going to be empty. So let me just select this whole thing, wrap it with this conditional. So anything, any tag within this conditional, if it turns out to be empty, is going to be empty. So let's try again. Let me search beanie. And here, as you can see, the categories text is no longer printed. And that is because the product category for this beanie was uncategorized, but we excluded it. So it now turns out to be empty. So the unnecessary categories text is not printed. And it works whatever I put here. So if I would do that, as you can see here, I have this text, but if I were to search beanie, it's no longer there. So everything within this conditional. You can use as many conditionals as you want. You can add as many tags into the conditionals as you want. If either of them is empty, the whole thing is going to be empty. I think it's a really, really neat feature. Okay, what else do we need actually? I think we should add an add to cart button, right? I think I'm gonna try to add it before these line breaks. And by the way, don't get scared about the line breaks here. They are not translated into paragraphs. This is a full HTML editor. So adding line breaks here will do nothing in the output. So let's insert a field. Let's say what we want is add to cart. And I'm also gonna tick this display quantity input, kind of like that. So let's go and search for an empty search term, and there you go. And so there we got an add to cart button. All right. It doesn't actually work here on the backend, but it does work on the front end. So just don't click it, I guess. Okay, what else? While we're here at WooCommerce, why don't we add just a star rating, for example? The star rating is an inline element, so let's put it in a paragraph. And let's go with star rating. And I'm just going to use the defaults. Let's see how that turns out. Hey, look at that. We have the title, the content, and star rating, whatever. Okay, it might not look the nicest, and probably this line break is not really required because the add to cart is a block element, so it adds an extra line break. So yeah, something like this. But you can use your imagination. I'm not really good at like designing these, but you are good. Don't worry. Let's move on. And one last thing. I think we should add a price. Where is a good place for a price? Perhaps it's maybe under like the star rating, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Let's now use a divider. That's gonna be good. And let's go with the price and just use the default. I'm gonna use the default price HTML, which means that it's gonna include the regular and as well as the sale price if it exists. So there we go. And oh, there it is. See, this one, Beanie with the logo, this one has a sale price. So this I guess is just looks much better than it did before, right? It does. And maybe even we can ditch this line break and call it a day, right? Yeah, this is it. This is the one. I kind of like it. All right, so this covers like almost everything. We have not tried the custom fields and like the results fields. So let's try those as well. But for that, I'm going to use a different search bar. So what I did, I created some fields with advanced custom fields. You don't have to use that, right? It doesn't matter where you create your fields. For demonstration purposes, I wanted to make sure that I show that even relationship fields do work. So here I have like a text, a number, and the relationship fields. And now let's go to this search bar. This is going to search a single post because there's only a single post, this hello world, and I attach some values to this hello world. So one text field says hi, the number field contains this number and some related items which turn out to be products because there's nothing else on this installation. And let's go and try to add like a text field. Let's go add a paragraph. So the value of this text field is going to be, let's just select custom field. What was the name? I need to copy it. Test text, right? Okay, let's go test text. And this is a type text field, and let's just keep it as it is. And let's see what we got. Okay, value hi. Okay, let me just wrap this real quick around the strong tag. So we better see what's in here. Okay, there you go. This is fine. Okay, let's go now do the number field. I'm going to try to copy this and yeah, and move it down a bit and change this field to text number there. And let's say it's a number. And as you can see, you can set the separator, the thousand separated decimals, decimal separated, whatever. I'm just going to leave it as it is, right? It's just for demonstration. And there we go. See, the default it gives a comma separation between the thousands. Okay, one last thing was the repeater. What was the name of it though? I mean, it's not a repeater, it's a relationship. So it's a relationship field. We go here and we select relationship to post type. But of course, you can have like a relationship to users, taxonomy terms, and even user meta fields if you want that. So, but let's just go with post type. This is a post type relationship field. They're gonna be separated the values with a comma by default if all goes well. It didn't. I did something incorrectly, I guess. Maybe the field value had a space in it. So this is a whoopsie. And there we go. Beanie belt pole. Let's control a beanie belt pole. Perfect. Okay, I think you get the hang of it. There's one last thing I wanted to show, and it goes back to this. It goes back to this conditional shortcode escape tag. So what happens if you want to add a shortcode here? So because shortcode syntax is very similar to this conditional bracket syntax, obviously it's not going to work. But if you put a shortcode into a conditional bracket, it's going to work. And to demonstrate it, I have a shortcode registered. Let me copy it, my shortcode, like this. And let me just wrap it into the conditional tag. So it's like a double shortcode, you should say. And it's going to print out the ID parameter. That's all it does. So let me just show you how this works. So this shortcode does ID is 1. Whatever ID you put in here, it's going to print it out. See? There you go, ID is 1. So how can we utilize this? Say shortcodes sometimes need arguments from the current post, like a title or an ID or whatever. And this is very convenient because I can just remove this ID and insert a field and choose result field and the result ID. Let's refresh, and if all goes well, it should print, I think, 1. Yeah, ID is 1 because the post ID is 1. So you can imagine that this is really, really useful if you want to add like shortcode content into the advanced HTML field. All right, I think this demonstrates the capabilities of this feature, this advanced field feature. And by the way, it also works with like user results. So if you have users, there's like less choices, of course, because like WooCommerce, like add to cart to user results, it doesn't make sense, but it does work. So I think this demonstrates it really well. And I really, really hope you like the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, if you don't have a license yet, well, what are you waiting for? Link in the description below. Thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.